What up? Hello. I know it is not Wednesday. I said I was going to be live today, and here we are. Quinn, thank you for the 26 months. Bait, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Welcome in. Listen, we have to level up our account. We need the levels. Oh my word. Janiac, oh my God. Think of it at 35 months. Holy moly. Holy. All right. We will see how today goes, man. It's going to be interesting. Not me watching it work. Let's go. This is early. Yeah. Need the drop. Well, perfect. Perfection. All right. Why is that not turning on? Hold on. We'll switch over in a second. Lizard? Janiac, thank you for the 35 months. Saskia, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Let's see. We'll just let that song play again. That's fine. My camera said not today. It's on. It's just I have to refresh it. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it just needs the occasional refresh. It happens. It's fine. It's fine. It's working, and that's what matters. To be honest, I've had that cam link for ages. I'm kind of shocked it still works. Yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, hi. How to make your starting soon screen? I didn't make it. Oh, I'm not an artist. Oh, no. No, I hired somebody to make that for me. I am not an artist. I can't do that stuff. Yeah, I edit videos. I don't create art. Stuck in work meetings. Kid Kills, good to see you, dude. Oh, Deathbringer, welcome in. Hello, Ray. Thank you for the 10 months. Question. I hate to start it off this way. I really do. Do you guys hear a thing? I'm going to pause the music for a second. Do you hear a thing? If you don't, I think I know why. I did some testing this morning at about 7 a.m. At about 7. Hear what? What's the secret? So I was thinking, what changed over the last couple streams? Because it was only maybe 2 streams ago when somebody was like, hey, I hear some high pitched something that's just there, but it's only when you talk. And I'm thinking, what did I add near me, or what changed near me in the past 2 streams? And it hit me what did. Next to me over here is a CRT, a really small CRT I have sitting on my desk, on my other desk. This is such a nerdy, stupid thing, but it just brought me joy in my life. I have an old PC, my old PC sitting over here as well. I had a converter converting HDMI to component. That converter needed power. That power was plugged in next to me. USB into the power strip I have over here. I think that was causing interference. I unplugged it. I recorded a clip. I took it into Adobe Audition. Couldn't see the line anymore. Figured it out. And listen, the CRT is not even on. It's just because that was plugged in. This isn't even on right now. What is a CRT? A tube TV. Think of an old tube TV. Yeah. The reason for it, the reason I did it was so I could play an old playlist of like 90s shows on my CRT on a 24/7 loop. It's just constantly playing. I turn on the TV, it's just playing, almost like you're watching old TV. Yeah. Phoenix, hi. So another next level strat that I did as a video editor by trade, I've been doing it professionally for 8 years. I know how to sweeten audio, meaning like how to make it better, balance, all that stuff. I took the audio. So you guys are not nuts. Like I could actually visually see the problem. I took it into Adobe Audition, a clip from like yesterday. I took one clip that was like called test. I put it in there. I could see a line all the way across the top at about 14,000 hertz. I could see the line going across whenever I spoke. And I also figured out how to remove that sound for all of yesterday's streams so that I could edit the videos without that sound in it. Yeah. Stuff and things, man. He said we were nuts. Listen. No, you were not crazy. The issue is that I could, like, I'd say half of us couldn't hear it, but half of you guys could. That was the issue. But we figured it out. Yes. I could visually see it. The moment I pulled that clip in and I saw it, I was like, motherfucker. But it's gone. So I'll figure that out, man. I'm going to leave that unplugged. I'm not plugging that back in. What was it? I was telling them earlier, Phoenix, I have a HDMI to component converter for my tube TV that's next to me that was plugged into a USB strip next to me. I unplugged it. It went away. Wild sauce. Freaking wild. So I will figure out a way to power that differently, separately away from everything else. But yeah. The classics really find a way to troll the new gen every time. You know what I did yesterday? Oh my God, just more nostalgia. Why am I Google searching Phasmo? Something I did yesterday, I opened up a old VHS that I had, an old Disney VHS I had that has never been opened before. It definitely didn't tickle the inside of the eardrums. Hi, Cheebs. I'm opening Phaz right now so we can continue on. Streaming on your anniversary? I am. She's at work. Today's my wife. It's our anniversary. Yeah. That's his secret. He just Googles the fast. Hi, Zero.
Welcome back.
Just ordered the new 5th anniversary music box. Yes, dude, it looks so nice. Like, no offense to that one. That music box that's up there. Man, it looks so much better. Yeah. Yeah, it's our anniversary. We're going out for dinner. Listen, we're celebrating our anniversary by going on vacation. Like, that's our celebration. So it's fine. It's fine. Tonight we're going to go out to dinner just so that way we at least have a little something on our anniversary. Balloons. Yeah, balloons and party poppers. Yeah, all the things, dude. Hi, Gaga. And also, by the way, you guys have to wish Coach a happy birthday because she dared to be born on my anniversary. So if you guys want, you can wish her a happy birthday, I guess. Whatever. Okay, we'll give that to you. Okay. Didn't you say? Yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah. Tis Coach's birthday. Yeah. The audacity. Juju, thank you for the biddies. Thank you guys for the subs and the follows. Welcome in. Yeah, we are playing. Oh no. This really, I don't know how to solve this. There's no way to solve this. Do you see what it did? It automatically continues to prestige me on this account. I mean, I guess it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. Every time I reset this, I turn off the game and turn it back on, it prestiges me automatically. It defeats the whole purpose of trying to start fresh. Because of the legacy badge. That's correct. That's correct. It's because of that. Yeah. Can you eat the cake? No, you can just stare at it and you can hit balloons to it. Maybe. Okay, there's a wall there. Never mind. It says no, sir. Yeah, I'm calling hacks. Well, you wanted the know the troubles of a new player. I mean, we got to level 20, and then now we're at prestige dust. So unfortunately, I mean, I could play it fair and say that I can't progress to the next thing until I would have gotten to that level. What level do you unlock Nightmare? Professional is 20. I think Nightmare might be, it might be 30, 40, 50, maybe. The balloons, the balloons. The balloons are so dramatic. 30. Is it 40? Is it 30 Nightmare, 40 Insanity, 50 Custom? Is that right? Void, thank you for the sub, dude. Appreciate you. You just pressed these for the first time yesterday. Nice. Yeah, okay. So that we'll just do the honor system. I won't go to Nightmare until I get to 40. I'll pretend as if it's locked and I can't do it. That's fine. That's fine. We do have 2 badges though. Hey, look, I got the veteran badge. Hey, hey. I mean, if for now I could just turn it off. It doesn't look like I have it. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just leave it blank. All right. We're up and rolling. Everything is ready. Later today, either later today or tomorrow, I'm going to open up a channel inside of the server so you guys can start making Disney princess suggestions. We have unlocked the Disney princess cosplay reward, which means you guys get to pick which one I dress up as. So that channel, you guys will put suggestions. You'll vote on the ones you like, and we'll go from there. And then the next one is at 25. Yeah. And for those of you that are here that are looking for the drop, if you have yet to earn it, this is the badge. I don't have it on this alt account, so I can't show you, but I can show you this way. Jasmine, naturally. Gonna be the prettiest princess? Hey, I've already been the prettiest princess. You get out of here. Hey, Delta, welcome in. Yeah, Disney princess. So pretty. I do have to go get my coffee. I made coffee. I just have to go get it. Here for the entertainment. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, it goes on for a week. People have plenty of opportunities to get the badge, but you know, I'm more than happy to stream extra time to hang out with you guys. I don't think I've ever prestiged. I've saved up all my money and nearly at a level 100. Nice. The best part is that you don't have to prestige. Deadpool as a Disney princess, like little blonde fluff coming down. Yeah, I can't be Fiona. I can't be Fiona. All right. I might just step away to go get the coffee and just leave you guys staring at this screen. That might be the move. Yeah. But while I step away, you guys can have a discussion about what map you want me to start on. So if anybody's confused, we started fresh on a new account yesterday. So I started at level 1. We did the weekly yesterday, which earned us over 10,000 XP and dollars. And that got us to level 16, and now we're level 20. So our goal was playing the alt account so that way I could see how much money and how many levels I can get within a couple days with double XP. So I'm level 20. As you see, we're on our Boo account. Yeah. Who's my daughter's favorite? I don't know if she has a favorite. She has a few that she really, really enjoys the movies for sure. She used to be obsessed with Moana. I'm trying to think. She's never been like a Little Mermaid gal. Like that's never been her jam. It's fine. She likes it, but she never like rewatched it. Trying to think. I mean, to be honest, like Moana really sticks out as probably the most. I just prestiged in a single night doing custom 4.8. We got a level 102. Nice. Yeah, once I get to customs, we'll be able to fly for sure. Thank you for the follows, guys. All right. I'm going to step away. The benefit is that the drops are going to stay on. It's not like they go off just because I walk away. I'm going to grab my coffee. I will BRB. And then we will go to whatever map we want to go to. So you guys just let me know when I come back. All right, BRB. All right, we're back. All is well. All is well that ends well. High school, prison, Point Hope. You guys are just beacons of hope. You guys are rays of sunshine. Nala from Lion King. Just be a lion. A lot of people said random. I mean, that could be the fair way of doing it. Yeah. Otakas, thank you so much for the 10 months, dude. Here, I'll turn that back up for now. I can always turn the alerts down if we have to. Should be okay. Do randoms. Yeah, you know what? Okay, you know, I didn't want to do it anyway. I'm cool with that. When does this ever go away? All right, have I unlocked anything else? No. All right. EMF, flashlight, UV. All right. Yeah, we should be good. Level 40-ish. Like once you've clicked through it a couple times, it should just stop. It shouldn't just keep going until you get to a certain level. Yeah. What was the website you showed yesterday with all the maps? Do exclamation point cheat sheet. Yeah, I'm excited about the upcoming player update. Oh, for sure. Yeah, the character customization, it's going to be awesome. I don't know. We don't know when that's going to happen. The diner, we just know they're happening this year, but we don't have any specific dates. Not quite. All right. Go over there. Does the double XP work only once? It works every single time, every game from now until Monday the 21st at 7. It works every single time. Yeah. Forgot about the diner. Yeah, man. All right. That looks good. That looks good. Will there be a Halloween event? Yes, there will be. It's going to be probably the same event that we had last year. I'd say more than likely. You know, I might not do the talk today. But we'll do the tubes just in case anybody wants to go full screen. Or you know what I mean? Like on a TV or something. Yeah, I think that'll be the plan for the day. I think that's fine. We'll do it tomorrow. Custom skins would be amazing. That would be pretty sweet. Yeah. There we go. Mr. Bones, Aaron, welcome in. What's up, Green? Kyle, hello, Aaron. Is there somewhere to learn about the lore? I mean, the closest thing I think you have to learning about the lore is like videos made by other people. Yeah. All right. For anybody confused, again, we've said this, but I'm on a alt account, so that way we can see the benefits of the double XP, because I do not think that you can really see it on a Prestige 20, level 100, whatever account. So I have an alt account that I would use randomly to jump into games to record stuff, but we're going to use it for this. So yesterday we started at level 1. We're level 20. We're going to do a random professional and go from there. Bleezy Street. Oh, the pineapple guy yesterday? Yeah, I posted that clip. Yeah. Anybody missed that yesterday? I posted a clip. You should probably go check it out. Movie coming soon? Not that I'm aware of. No, I haven't heard a single word about it. Thank you for all the follows. I appreciate you. We get to see Josie. Gloria Douglas. Capture a photo, motion sensor, and also video. So first things first, we need to figure out where it is. Ah, fog. My favorite. Always check the cams. Even though that sucks checking fog on this one, you still might get lucky and get orbs outside. Now we're back again. As I was saying, you could get lucky and have orbs outside. Pretty sure the pineapple guy beat any other clip I've seen. Over 400 is madness. What if I go over here, open this, and I see dots immediately? Imagine. Dots, do it. That'd be crazy talk. Let's do this. Let's get more stuff. Derek, thank you for the prime, man. Grass is green. It's the spirit. You need to stop watching TikTok. Hey, Norm, how are you? Try to rewind the stream. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be an awesome feature to have here? Yeah. It's kind of stupid that you can't. Bring all the stuff. Kind of dumb that doesn't exist. I know that negative 0.1 is freezing, but would 0.4 to 0.1 be freezing? 0.9 and lower is freezing. Yeah. 0.9 and lower, you know you have a freezing ghost because normal ghosts can't go below 1 degree Celsius. All right. We know the orb is there. We put all this there. I'm going to go get even more stuff. Yeah. Cozy Gamer, hello. How are you? Psychic Lady, thank you for the 19 months. Cookie Lady, welcome back. Thank you for the 4. Watching on PlayStation right now. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, YouTube has that feature, but Twitch does not, unfortunately. Unfortunately. All right. Look at that. We've barely walked into the map. I'm just getting everything over there so we can get the evidence lickety split. Flash, what is this? It's Phasmo. Yeah, listen, I figured I'm going to be gone for a week, basically. So get our time in while we can. Is our orbicle still here? I see it. Awesome sauce. All right, let's do this. Put the writing here. No touchies. No nothing. Not walking around here. Hey, D3. Love the content. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. All right. I don't know if it's actually walking back this way or if it's just staying over there. I'm going to go... Hold on. I would love to do a quick UV check. Actually, yeah. Not a shade. Still not a shade. I think it's trying to threaten me, but I'm not sure. Go. Come on. Are you a wraith? Oh, wait. You can't be. I have orbs. What? What? It just threw the book. It can't be writing? Ghost might be asking for help chopping the wood. No, it might have sidestepped my salt like a jerk. Absolute a-hole. All right, give me these two and this. Yeah. It could be mimicking a wraith. Very, very true. That'd be such a troll, though. Man, what a troll. If a ghost throws the book, does that mean no writing 100%? If you're on professional or lower, then you can cross it off. Okay. Oh, you pus bag. Yeah? Skip that. Did you see that? How? How did she dodge the salt the first time? There we go. Steppies, no footies. Good deal. Temps? No freezing yet. Don't I have an EMF over here? I do. Plus bag. That's right. I said it. I'll say it twice. Yeah, I see you. Wait a minute. I feel like you're following me. Are you following me? Possible Banshee? Let me write that down. Hey, Cap, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. This might be a Banshee. I haven't even turned the power on yet. Sanity is still probably rocking. Yeah, we're at 92. Okay. No ultraviolets. I haven't even tried Spirit Box, though. You know what? We could have a possible yokai. Let's do this just to be safe. I've got one over there. Does the thermo work outside? Yeah, because that's still technically inside the map. Even though, like, the separation between here and there is very minimal, right here, you're outside of the map. As soon as you walk through that door, you're technically in the map, even though it's outside. Yeah. No sound? You have to turn your volume up, Itchy. Yeah, that's usually how that sound works. Do the Banshee screen. You won't do it. No balls. Sorry, YouTube issues. Someone's trying to figure out how to life. No freezing still. Where is... There it is. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? I would like her to set this off so I know for sure that she's right on top of me. Existing can be really hard. Agreed upon. Thank you for all the follows. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? Are you near? Oh, are you? It's a yokai. Photo and 3 video. Interesting. Okay, there's 2 video. Walk through this motion sensor again. Do it. 1, 2, 3. But are footprints deliberately on a shorter timer than handprints? That I don't know. Would you stop? There we go. There's 3 video. I need a photo camera. Holy shit. You see that? Hey, Megster. The footprints do feel way too short. I don't know. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. It might not be. Hey, Believe? Yeah. Yeah. It'll be a short one today, but we figure why not. SteelSeries headset? It's Arctis 7. Arctis 7. I'm gonna do... Let's see. I don't even need you to hunt me, dude. I don't even need it. Get this, this, and this? Yeah, let's go. Depends on the tier of salt. I don't know. That detail I'm not sure of. Mares and mimosas. What? Sounds like a podcast. That there. Put that there. I think that's pretty good. All right. Judical time. Let's go. Mistress Vampy. Hello. Come on. Do the dudes. Do the dudes. Get the video, drop and grab the photo cam, and they're gone. All the footies? They shouldn't be gone that fast, should they? I need a photo of the ghost, but you know, dots would be nice. Hey, we got the potty hiding. Come on. Hey, Ms. Queen Bee, welcome in. Playing on the alt? Yeah. I'll be playing on the alt today and tomorrow. I had 0 plans of playing on my main account. A dots ghost would be glorious. I see her walking. Okay. All right. J-Man, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Oh, it's Limbo. I get it. Ma'am? Ma'am? I've seen dots once. That was it. How's everyone doing? Doing well. Doing good. Just hanging out with a ghostie. Maybe. Snail, Lady, Innovative, Editor, Savage, Vozo. Thank you guys for the follow. Went into the house. It might have. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'll dox and thank you for the gifted. Imagine. Also, really strange that she didn't set off the motion sensor and then appeared over next to me. Little sneaky dodicles, yeah. Come on, lady. Oh my God. What if I go stand over here? Would she be more comfortable if I'm over here? Rude. Scales, thank you for the biddies. You're right here. I see you. I know you just walked that motion sensor. Come on. Come on. She knocked my tripod over, little a-hole. Got her. Let's go. Idiot. Stupid. Hate you. I hate you. I don't have a matchstick with me, or else I'd light this on fire. She's finicky. No, she's a jerk. We got the ghost. We got that. Didn't even turn the power on. Shit, I never even walked in the house. I'm leaving. Nope. Ghost objectives. Get out. That's what I want. Ghosty and objectives. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. Don't be rude to Pam. I'll be rude to Pam if she's being rude to me. Hi, Tater. I know. It's a day flash. Save Josie? Oh, shit. I do have to save my dog. You're right. Never mind. You're right. You're right. You're right. I gotta save the dog. I suppose she would appreciate it. All right, we're gonna save my dog. There's Miss Josie. Say hi, Josie. I'll eventually figure out how to get her face on, get this plate onto like a t-shirt. Hunt now. No, it's a yokai. It's fine. I'm not talking near it. Small coffee. Thank you for the prime. Yeah, look at that. If I was near it talking, it could hunt because I'm at 80. Yeah, there she is. There's my dog, Miss Josie. All right, now we can leave. Hey, Subaru. I'm good. How are you? Yokai. How's work going, Mr. Tater? Yeah, she's a miniature golden doodle. Yeah.
There's some jobs ready for you.
Look at that, dude. This is a professional run. Pro getting all 3 objectives. 4,000. That is wild. That is wild. She is a cutie. She's upstairs right now. So she normally has a spot at the end of the couch that she likes to lay on. But right now what she's doing is there's a few pillows that are like smushed down. So she has this like royal bed that she's just completely flopped over in. Yeah. Tell Josie we love her. Absolutely. 100%. Get to catch the anniversary stream. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know we're going to dinner tonight. I got to figure that out. Head spinning. I hope you feel better. Sorry, friend. Finally able to tune in. What's up, dude? All right. We are now level 22. So our goal right now is to get to level 30 so we can start upgrading to Nightmare. That is our goal. I'm going to do... I'm good, Special. How are you? How do we get the ×2? You just get it by playing. There's nothing special you have to do. Every investigation is ×2. It's your 5th anniversary too? No. It's our 14th anniversary. 14th. Go to Grafton. Let's do it. Grafton it is. Equipment? No. No, we don't start getting more. Let's see. I'm level 22. So that means 23. So we get the upgraded spirit box and the ghost writing on this next level. So that's good. Those two are very, very helpful. So you saved her earlier. We appreciate your service. Got married last week. Let's go. All right, let's go. Thought it would be more. Wait, thought what would be more? Imagine how much a 15 times would give. A lot. The right page of 18. Celebrating your 16th beginning of October. Let's go. That's awesome. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Michael Dixon, capture a photo, parabolic, and a crucifix. Oh, yes. Yes. I love fog on this map. It makes it so much easier to see. I could probably go non-flashlight. You know what? Let's grab the photo camera, the parabolic, and the EMF. We're doing it. We're doing it live. 15 times on a big map nets 12,000 for just the ghost. God. Yeah, look how well you can see with just fog. Oh, house is falling apart. It's fine. All right. Up his camera. Up his camera. I've heard nothing so far. Hey, Matt, what's up? How's live going? Going well. Going well. It does make a difference how... Are those pills? It does make a difference how large the map is, yes. Hot diggity dog. Beef Jerky Man's trying to come for our pants again. EMF. Photo of the ghost. Awesome. I still need the parabolic. I need to make it hunt too. Okay, let's go get more stuff. Size always mattered. God damn it, Tater. Gosh dang it, Tater. I don't know which room the ghost is in, but we're going to just take an old stab in the dark. Playing Friends once had the parabolic objective. Problem was that even though he was hearing stuff on the microphone, the objective was never completed. Probably because they were hearing ambient noise that was not actually noise from the ghost. You son of a bitch. Turn the power off. If I were a betting man, I'd say that's probably what happened. Yeah. Nimrod, hello, good morning. First time watching the live. Welcome in, Charity. I hear you up there, HR chucking stuff. Relax. Rayla, good morning. Hello. It is still technically morning for me. Back to work. Have fun. Bye, Kitten Kales. I think it's in here. Not sure what gave it away. Quick, Squeakers, run. Wait, where is Squeakers? Hey, what'd you do with the duck, you little shit? It's over here. No, Squeakers, run. All right, no UV as of right now. Leaving that in here for our temps. We've got the MFer. Yeah, okay. Turn that light on. Good. My first no sanity, no evidence, perfect game on Tangle was a Dio. Yes, let's go. Heck yeah. It's the squeak that gets you every time. Listen, we can't have that naked guy up there playing with the duck. It's unnecessary. Lauren, hello. All right, you. Sanity's at 88. We're rocking. Binge watching the Phas playlist, and you thought I'd give you a follow and watch live for the first time on Twitch whilst getting annihilated by a demon twice. Oh, no. I mean, if anything, it teaches you to be careful SpongeBob at all times. All right. Put you there. Yeah, that'll be fine for now. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? You know how you know that that was not a hunt? Because it started walking immediately. There's like a 3-second grace period on professional, like 3 or 4 seconds. The non-flying duck. We're trying to help him learn. It's a process. Okay, still nothing there. All right. Well, I've got all the evidence in there. Now it's just a matter of the ghost making it happen, Captain. Demons seem to feel the need to compensate for the comfort factor of Tangle by being as obnoxious as possible. Are you here? Are you near? What did you do with the 463 pineapples? That's right. Yes, sir. Doing nothing as of right now, so let's get back in there. I needed to eat a crucifix anyway because that's one of my objectives. I am going to bring in this, and yeah, we should be good. Thank you for the 2 months. Finally home from work. Nice. All right. Crucifix. Down. Second cruci. Down. Writing book. Not touched. Step. Oh, no. You skipped it because I got stuck. You son of a bitch. It's not a mare. Also. No hiding. That felt early. Ghosty's quite active, just a little bit. Yeah. Aldoxin, thank you for the gifted to Telly. CBGM is out. Yeah. He's, oh my God. Is this a djinn? You know what? I'm going to let it hunt. I'm going to let it hunt. Did this thing just like use its ability 17 times and drain the crap out of my sanity? I think it's a bit low. Just a touch. Good God, dude. Oni Jin. Ah, well, ooh. Ooh, I need to watch the blinks. That's a really good point. This could be an Oni. That's why there's so many physical events. And each one of those draining like 20. Touche. Nessa, thank you for the 3 months. Danger Zone, thank you for the 19 months, dude. That makes more sense. All right, let's give a watch. Let's give a look-see. Because we can test for both of those ghosties with a hunt. I needed to eat a crucifix. Oh, I need the parabolic microphone too. Shit. Oh, yeah, that's right. It shut the power off. It literally can't be a djinn. This has got to be an Oni, right? You hate Gorios? I think most of us do, to be fair. Sanity, who needs it? That's a good point. Well, it's either going to hunt and we'll be able to watch it, or it'll eat the crucifix and we complete the objective, which is nice. Shocky, thank you for the 9 months. Onis are a pain. No, Onis aren't a pain. You doing all tier 1? I'm just progressing. No, I don't have all tier 1. Yeah, that's an Oni. Yes, sirree, Bob Doohickey. Here he comes. Here he comes again. You prestige, nice. All right, we need the parabolic. I think I left that upstairs. Oh, hey, where are you? Yeet. I left that up here, right? There it is. All right. All right, talk to me. Not used to seeing you. Oh, same day. I know, but I'm going to be gone. after Wednesday, I leave on Thursday and I don't come back until the following Wednesday. So us being gone for a week, I figure it's more opportunity for you guys. Does he have to be so visible and so naked at the same time? What door was that? I need a whisper. Onis are the ones that are more visible. Yeah. This is 100% an Oni. Oh, I just crossed it off. Okay, asshole. It's going to start hunting again soon. Where's it hunting from that it's dodging the crucifix every time, though? Maybe it's out here. Let's try that. Hey, Wolf. Good morning. Why isn't it working? I don't think it's close enough to the ghost. We'll see. It's hunting again. What? It sounds like it's coming from in the bathroom. Yeah, tier 1 crucies do just suck in general. Yeah. That stopped. I don't have a lot of time. He's in the bathroom because he's changing. It definitely sounds like he's back there, right? But it sounds like he's like back in this corner. Let's try this. So that whole bathroom is now covered. Based on the lights? Well, based on the sound. You bitch. Is that in the next room over? Absolute nightmare. Do you need to watch 2 hours straight? No, total. Nope. This guy, man. Let's pretend that you're starting over here. Yeah? You know what? Let's just sit here. I'm literally just going to sit right here. On this crucifix. I see my... Oh, you piece of trash. Oh, you piece of garbage. Look at my breath. It's in the hallway now. Come on, talk to me. That answers that. Yeah, tier 1 crucies suck, man. They are what they are, though. You piece of shit. My top 3 maps. Top 3 maps I like to play. Probably Willow, Tangle. No, that's a lie. My top 3 maps right now are probably Willow, Grafton, and Sunny Meadows. Whisper. Do it. Whisper. Do it. Do a whisper. Do a whisper. Gosh, dang it. He's finished with his bath. Well, you know, I would like to talk to him about it. So he can... You son of a... Wait, why'd that light go off? So he can rate his experience and let me know so we can improve our spa. Hunt was short. No, that wasn't short. It's just that he was hunting from upstairs for a lot longer than downstairs. Oh, he forgot his bathrobe. Oh, that makes sense. Hey, Cryptic, welcome in. Bed Bath and Beyond. Where you at, bruh? He'd probably complain about the lack of rubber duck. That's fair. I think it started in the attic. GSC. Thank you for the membership, dude. Hello. It. He's very upset he can't find those pants. Nell's Diner's about to be the Willow of the top 3 soon. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out, man. I guess we'll see. Hope you get the roast right. You know, I think I did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oni, get me out of here. You didn't let him finish. I had no intention of letting him. 0. Grinding for the Grafton badge. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think like Tanglewood and Edgefield and Ridgeview, all those maps. I love those maps too. They're obviously replayable just because of how well we know them, right? Yeah, there it is. Why did it? Wait. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Oh, duh. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Sorry. I was like, wait, money-wise. Okay. Yeah. Last map was Bleasdale. This was, yeah, medium, small. Got it. That makes sense. Is that how you can tell it's an Oni? We could tell it's an Oni because of how visible it was. Yeah. So Onis are more prone to doing physical events. So if you get evented on and the ghost is in its physical form more often than like shadow or translucent or any of that, check to see if it's possibly an Oni. Yeah. Hopefully the diner map will release in October. We haven't heard anything yet, so we don't know when it's going to happen. Rayla, thank you for the 19 months. Guys, I have ads that I need to run. So I'm going to do them now so that they're here in the lobby and they're not in the middle of the game. I do 3 minutes every hour so that way you guys don't get hit in the middle of the game and you don't miss stuff. So I'm going to run them now. We're just going to sit here and wait for them to be done. Yeah. 3 minutes, friends. It'll be fast. Yeah, I don't know how long stream will be today. It'll probably be a short one, but I want to at least do something. Nostalgic ads. I could, but I mean, this way I can answer questions still and talk rather than just having the ads play. Yeah. Still need to learn what each ghost can do. There's a lot to learn. Tons and tons and tons. So take your time, man. Let's see if we get any good ads. Good luck. Yeah, Block, what up, man? Doing this. Oh, Splat. I appreciate you guys being here. I want you guys to have the biggest opportunity to get your drops. I want you guys to not feel like you're missing out. Some people just don't have the opportunity to watch streams all that often. Yeah. Snowstorm, thank you for the Prime, dude. Thank you. Yeah, for those of you that weren't here yesterday, we did reach the goal for Disney Princess, so that yeah, that's gonna happen. Can a phantom stalk across the floors? A phantom can find you anywhere. Literally anywhere. You could be all the way in the morgue of Sunny Meadows, and the ghost could be all the way in the female dorm room. It can stalk all the way to you. Yeah. Banana, what's up? Did they rework Willow? I mean, technically, yes, but not in the way that we're thinking of. They didn't redo all the assets yet. The phantoms and banshees can stalk. Wraiths can teleport. Phantoms can stalk you anywhere. Banshee can only stalk you on the same floor unless its favorite room is an attic or a basement. Then it can stalk you to the main floor. Passed right out watching last night. Glad to hear we'll see you as a princess. Great. How do I find a Goryo on no evidence? By eliminating every other ghost, because a Goryo has no tells outside of not being able to change its favorite room. Figure out what the favorite room is. If the ghost never leaves that room and you cross off every other ghost, probably a Goryo. Had a Wraith teleport on me and EMF 5. Oh, let's go. Nice. Ads are almost done. 30 seconds. Do people like the farmhouse reworks? I think they're great. I think the farmhouse reworks are awesome. Yeah. In person, hello. How to know if it's a mimic? What difficulty? How's the EMF today? So far, so good. I haven't had anything that's been blatantly crazy. It's all been acting pretty normal. Yeah. John, hello. Get your fingers out of here. How to know it's a mimic on Pro? You're going to get a fourth piece of evidence. The orbs are fake. So you should be getting UV spirit box, UV spirit, here, let me show you. I'll show you on screen. It's easier for you guys if you can see it. So if you get ultraviolet freezing spirit box, mimic. If you get orbs ultraviolet freezing, might be a Hantu, but it's good to check spirit box to make sure it's not a mimic. You know what I mean? If you get orbs, something else, and it's either spirit box, ultraviolet, or freezing, make sure that other one doesn't exist so it's not a mimic. When do you start to take precautions about the ghost hunting? At all times. Always. Always. Flippin', thank you for the 16 months. Nathaniel, thank you for the prime, dude. Welcome in. I go into every investigation thinking I'm about to get hunted at all times. Yeah. If you go in thinking you're going to get hunted, it's going to make you play safe. That's the way that I like to look at it. All right, let's go to Ridgeview. Disco dots. No. Demon PT. I don't get demons very often. It's actually kind of rare for me to get a demon. Boo is always cautious. You didn't see the lobby yet? Yeah. Yeah. I'm eventually going to work on video stuff. I just wanted to do the stream today. We'll get there eventually. It's fine. I'll be late to the party. All right. All is well. Shelly Maudsley, we need 2 sounds, video, and EMF. We need 2 sounds, video, and EMF. What if I go in there with all the things? What if I just go in there like this? Best tip for a beginner in Phas. And is also pretty scared. Oh, if you're scared to play the game, one of the tips I always give people is you need to desensitize yourself a little bit. So what I would do is I would actually go in with adding no equipment, not wasting any of your money. Go in and let the ghost hunt you purposefully. Go in, use the cursed object, let the ghost get you. Do that a few times so you can desensitize yourself a little bit so you understand what it feels like to be hunted. I think the unknown is what makes you scared and makes you not sure. Exposure therapy. So if you understand the worst that can happen outside of like a ghost venting in your face and making you, brownie frowny, besides that, that's the worst that can happen. So let the ghost hunt you. You understand that. But one of my best pieces of advice just in general is to understand where you can hide. Knowing where to hide and always having a way to get out. Yeah, Slick, thank you for the sub, man. All right. Let's go find power. What'd I say I needed objective-wise? Video of the ghost. 2 sounds and EMF. Anyone allowed to join? Nope. Oh, yeah, whenever you join the chat for the first time, there was rules there that said about not asking to join. Yeah. We have viewer days. Trust me, I'll let you know. I literally just had like 2 of them and we're about to have another one soon. Did you know that the ghost shapeshift doesn't count as video of the ghost? Yeah, that's kind of silly. Yeah, that's kind of goofball that doesn't count as a video of the ghost. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen many people get a shapeshifting video and it not count. Hi, Booba. Missed the viewer days. Yeah, that's all right. We'll have another one. I have at least one more to do. I did, in fact, just have a mayor levitate a plate with the lights on. You did? Okay. Interesting. Now, are you sure the ghost was in the room with you? Thank you for the follows, guys. Welcome in. Shape-shifting A shape-shifting video of the ghost will not count as a ghost video. It's silly. It's silly, but it's just, that's what it is. Done the challenge mode? Yeah, I did it yesterday. I've heard nothing, by the way. Wish you could watch the recordings back. I know. I know. I know. It's something I've wished for ever since they even thought about adding it. Well, you know, I didn't want a ghost anyway, so it's fine. How do you get the rewards? By living and getting the ghost correct. It even says shape-shifting ghost. Yeah. What's really funny is that they subtly try to make it so it's not so like in your face, like, oh, this is an obake, by making, or like with the Banshee, I think is a good example of this. The Banshee, it doesn't say Banshee Scream anymore. It says like Paranormal Scream, right? But the obake fingerprint literally says obake fingerprint. No haunted, I guess. How do you get drops? 2 exclamation point drops. See you, Rye. Have a good one. I've heard nothing. Ghost is gonna hunt me before it does anything else. Shade, but literally nothing. Hey, OC, what's up? Love the vids. Thanks, man. Maybe the ghost is across the street. We've heard nothing. We've just paced around this goddamn map. Then now I have to start checking temps. How was the basement? And there was nothing. There's nothing happening upstairs. There's nothing happening downstairs. Nothing happening on the main floor. Nothing anywhere. Maybe she's pooping. She's doing something. I don't know what, but it's something. Ah, yay. Give me this. I need to get... Oh, I need to capture a photo of that anyway. Yeah, I need a photo camera anyway. That's fine. We'll bring that. We'll bring a smudge just for kicks. Garage, maybe. But, I mean, we've literally heard nothing. Nothing at all. Hey, Speedy. Welcome back, dude. Tier 1 thermo sucks. It's pretty awful. I should have grabbed a flashlight. That's what I should have done. Yeah, let's go do that. You got a notification saying claim failed. My suggestion for you would be to go to the Phas server, the Phas Discord, and say something. I'm sure that other people have also gotten that. Hopefully they have a fix for you. All right, give me the flashlight. Give me... We might as well bring in more evidence. Why the hell not at this point? Yeah, runner, of course. Yeah. What would you like to see added to the game? The things that they're going to add eventually. New ghost models. I would like to see custom ghost movement. How to do the drops. What do you mean how to do them? Yourself, or do you mean like how to earn them? If you're looking how to earn them, do exclamation point drops. All you have to do is watch the stream for 2 hours. That's it. Yeah. Flash, play with people from the Phasmo official Discord. Why? Why would I do that? This. Crawling events. Oh, my Lanta. We're gonna have to go room to room now. That's how this is gonna go. Dude, I've heard literally nothing. Literally nothing. Oh, there's caulk thrown down here. Oh, there it is. That's definitely been thrown. Holy night. We found it. Friggin' basement. Yeah. I opened the locker. That was me. Yeah, I did that. Give me this. Give me you. Give me you. Gosh, dang it. Tier 1 equipment is the scariest. Facts. Very true. My God. I don't know why you should play with people in the server. I just want to play. Well, okay. I mean, I understand that and I respect that and I appreciate that. But unfortunately, if I played with every single person that said I would really like to play, the list would be a really long list. I'm very grateful for that, but it would be really unfair. Which is why we do viewer days. And we have a queue system, and then we do all that. Yeah. Not the caulk. Yeah. Dude, this is a shade, right? This is a shade. This is 100% a shade. EMF writing freezing. Okay. EMF writing freezing. Oh, holy freezing. Okay. There's that. Let me take this. We're going to do something here. I'm going to set this up here. Put that like that. A little closer like that. We're going to throw some items over here. Feels very shady. Sure does. Grafton, I love it. Oh, no, jerk. Listen, I know people that do them literally every single week. I know people that do them every Friday. I know people like all the time. But I like to do them sparsely because I like it. I don't want it to feel, I don't want them to get boring. I always have so much fun on viewer days. Nanor. A UV. Goodbye, Shade. Imagine if this was a demon. How awful this would be. Mimicking a shade? Well, let's go get more stuff. Been any other big updates after Chronicle besides Grafton? I don't think so. Or nothing that stands out to me. It would track. Yeah, I don't see orbs though, so probably not a demon. Hey, you have any sounds for me? Hey, Care. Usually just lurk. I appreciate you. She whips her hair back and forth. She whips her hair back and forth. I need a video of the ghost, but I also needed audio. Lizzie, thank you for the 35 months. That says tier 3. Pardon you. Where? My story. Hi, Underworld. Good to see you. There's our 2 sounds. Roger that. Noted. Ghosty, I need you to do the thing. I need a video of you, right? Yeah, video and picture of the— oh, I could have taken a picture of the EMF, son of a bitch. I failed. I failed miserably. Cherry, thank you for the 11 months. Thank you for the follows. See if it's using its ability. I mean, what do we know? We know we don't have this. Right? So that's Jinn, Demon, or Mimic. Feeling like a Jennifer. Maybe I can hear it do its ability. That'd be cool. Let's try. I can hear the EMF from here. So if it decides to do the thing, I have a smudge. We can run. Why is Pam behind you? Pam's not behind me. You had one job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need a picture of the EMF, and a video of the ghost. Love the vids. Might be slightly addicted to Phas. That's awesome, man. It's an amazing game. Lots of cool stuff is on the way. Why do people keep thinking Pam is there? I don't know. It's hard to say. Ghost, are you a djinn? Ghosty. Did you ever get burnt out? Burnt out of what? Phas? If I ever feel like I want to take a break from Phas, I just play another game. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's the way it should always be. Hattie! Oh, hello, friend. Oh my goodness gracious. Hattie, hello. Oh God. Hattie, tell this ghost to chill. How was stream? How was your games? Good God. Meant with streaming. Oh, no. No, again, it's, to me, it's the exact same thing. If I was burnt out from streaming, from content or anything, I would take a break. I think in the past, this year's going to be my 5-year partnerversary. I don't think I've had a moment. You didn't capture, did you? Anyway, I don't think I've had a moment where I've wanted to take a break from streaming because I felt burnt out. Well, how the heck are you? Wow. It's hard to tell. It was way too close to me. I can't tell if that's a djinn or a demon or a mimic. All right, well, that was super cute. I need to go get more things. Just got your drop. Let's go. I love that badge, man. It's so good. My sanity's probably tanked. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Welcome in. Hey, what's up, Marvy? Or it's not. This is one awful demon. Really? Really? Okay, what do I need? I need video and photo. Okay, let's get this back up. Is this a brand new badge? That is correct. It is a badge that was only available starting from yesterday to the following Monday. Yeah, Scotland, welcome in. It's your new favorite. I love it, man. Take another one of those. Let's get these. Get one of those. There we go. How do you get it? Do X space point drops. Lydon. Love the extra XP. Gonna grab some dinners and lurkies. I appreciate you, Hattie. Guys, if you're not following the amazing Hadrona, Hattie is such an awesome, amazing vibe. You guys will absolutely love. Love, love, love. Why am I using all low tier? Because the game told me to. It's not like I had a choice. I need a video. No, you sack of crap. I'm not ready. No. Gosh, dang it. Son of a... Just be ready next time? Okay. Stop yelling at me. Ghosty just wanted to be nice. No, it did not. All right. Ringy roads this time. Right down the middle. Let's go. Do it. It hunted above 60. Unless I'm being absolutely tricked here and it's a mimic. Which I don't think so, but I mean, God forbid. We'll see. Poison Ivy, thank you for the biddies. Grow extra limbs. I just need to be a VR player. I don't know what my cursed is. Do I? I don't think so. And oh my God, thank you for the biddies. Why Mimic? We cross out the orb because God forbid the orbs are hiding somewhere. It should not be, because you see us walking around like this and not a single orb has popped up, right? Do need a video of the ghost though. There's some hilarious glitch. There's VR players are so funny. I love them. My favorite curse is the music box, which they just made a more realistic looking version of it, by the way. I'm about to say F this ghost. Ghost, I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to get your lion ugly. I don't remember what it is. 4 stop the carcass out my door. Why the music box? I just love the mechanics of it. I love how it works. No good keister? Yeah. 1, 2. Yes, it's available. I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's publicly available. Withering. Before I pump your guts full of lead. You fart ball haver. Already ordered the 5th anniversary music box. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I don't remember what the link is. But yeah. I say F this ghost, man. I honestly say F this ghost. The guy arrived via Hattie Raid. Cat Child, welcome in. How are you? This ghost is being a weenie. We're going demon and we're leaving. Absolute weenie. Have you tried making a movie in-game with the bony camera? I have not. No. You mean this with this camera? The Paracam? The bony? Or another one? Maybe the ghost isn't home alone yet? Yeah. Ah, whatever. I was going to get all the objectives, but the ghost doesn't want to show itself again. So I'm not going to sit here for an hour. Yeah. How's Phaz? Phaz is good. Frickin' demon. What a crappy demon. How many times did it use its ability? All right. The only reason it even tried to hunt is because it was within its regular hunt threshold. Awesome. Great. Level 25. Nice. Nice. All right. We cannot move to Nightmare until we get to level 30. That's the rules of the road. Lazy demons are rampant. I agree. Yeah. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Hi, Coach. Happy birthday, friend. Guys, it's Coach's birthday. The card scares you? Oh, this? Boo. It's Coach's birthday. Baz has changed a bit, depending on when you last played. Yeah, it's definitely had a lot of updates. Yeah. Right now they are doing the 5th anniversary lobby, which is a little bit unoptimized, but that's okay. If you just don't move, it's fine. And played since December. Oh, gotcha. All right, let's now go to the small maps. Are nice because we can just pop them out. That's the nice thing. And there's still people complaining it's not updated enough. Aldox, there's going to be people complaining it doesn't matter what game it is. It doesn't matter how many updates it has. A game like this, it doesn't matter how many maps, how many ghosts, how many cursed possessions, whether there's the ability to play as the ghost or not. People complain because they just want to complain. And it's fine. There's nothing we can do about it, man. Poison Ivy, thank you for the sub. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. It is what it is. Grim tier 3 for 29 months. God dang, dude. Scott, hey, what's going on? Oh, playing fast. But I like complaining. Well, there's certain people that really do. That's just, I don't know. It's just their vibe is that they just like to complain. Somebody had a really good statement. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just talking about how, and this is, I guess, just a generalized statement when you're thinking of people, because like people that want to complain, they'll find ways to complain about other people all the time. But they said, you know, it's as easy to think the best of somebody as it is to think the worst. So when somebody cuts you off in traffic, it's really easy to get pissed off and complain. But it's really easy also, just as easy, if anything, to think, you know what? Maybe they're really late for an interview, or maybe like they have to get to a kid's ball game, or maybe they have to go somewhere. Like, whatever, no big deal. It didn't hurt me. I'm fine. So I think it's a really good way to look at things, is to always think the best of somebody and stop thinking the worst. Your kiddo said play Camp Woodwind. Well, tell your kiddo. All right. Yeah. Hey, Ninja, I'm good. How are you, Vamp? Thank you for the 1 year. Brownie frowny. Thanks. Great. It takes more effort to be negative. Yeah. Often blows up in your face. Right. But it also it forces you to be negative to everybody around you. Friends, family. Like, why the hell would anyone want to hang out with somebody like that? Like, if I was negative all the time, I would expect my wife to be pissed off at me all the time. You cleaned your glasses 18 times and they're still blurry. Send help. You might need new glasses. Or maybe they really have to use the restroom, or will get brown pants. Right. If you just think that every person that cuts you off in traffic is about to have a bad day in their shorts, you might be a little forgiving, because one day that might be you. You never know. Wash it underwater with soap. Don't wipe the glasses. Well, I have a microfiber cloth. That's what I use for mine. Yeah. Advice for larger maps: parabolic microphone. Parabolic. Ordered some the other day, but these are new too. Oh, they're new prescription. Oh. Yeah, microfiber cloths can be really good. Yep. Watching on a car. Oh my God. All right, let's go to Camp Woodwind because someone's kiddo wanted to go to Camp Woodwind. So let's do that. But first we upgrade. Yes. Oh, we're going to wait on the photo camera though. I only have $6K. So to Camp Woodwind. Yeah, if you have access to the tier 3 parabolic on large maps, absolutely. I mean, on any map, using the tier 3 parabolic on any map can be really useful. If you're on like a 3-story map like Edgefield and you have the tier 3 parabolic, technically you could probably go to one. Could you shut the hell up? Technically, you could go to like a corner of the map on the main floor and just face a direction. I can almost guarantee eventually you will get the ghost making a noise, like some sort of sound from the ghost. It's going to throw something, do something, and you'll be able to hear whether it's on the main floor, upstairs, or in the basement, because it's the tier 3. Yeah. Onryo, let's go. Hey, we don't know what this is yet. Oh, bonus orbs. I can't see shit. OG, welcome in. Thank you for the follows. To the cave. Revenant spawning behind you. No, it's not. Gregory, motion sensor, incense, and 25. Where's Chinggis when you need him? Yeah, it's bright AF. Yeah, a little bit. Just a smudge. Do all ghosts have a custom sound on the recorder? No. Absolutely not. So no hiding. We do have the middle hiding. This is probably my favorite hiding. It's more centralized. Did it just try to play cornhole? No? I thought, okay. All right, that's fine. Do we have the death barrels? Negative. I probably have the little tents are probably open. No music box. I do have that hiding. This is probably my second favorite hiding in this map, if it's available, is behind the sleeping bags in yellow. I love that hiding spot too. What the? Oh, it's Fwank. Hi, Fwank. Are you in this middle area? Dude, I've been getting this area a lot. Like here. Boner jam? That is not the default boner, by the way. That just happened to spawn right there. Because if it was default bone, it would be floating. Camera, dots book. It's close enough in that area. No 5s. Every time there's a Frank, I just hear Chinggis. I know. Any orbicals? No. Don't think so. I think it's there. Like, I think the ghost is here. The reason why the default bone is floating is because it's the holy bone. Oh. What do you mean floating? So whenever you have a bone that is in this area and the bone is literally floating off the ground, that means that that bone spawned out of bounds, and then it automatically respawned into the default bone location, which is basically the 0, 0 coordinates of the map. But it's different on every map. I think technically on Point Hope, the default the default spawn location is under the map. It's true, he does. Did I just see an orb? You sack of turds. It's over by Lover's Bench. Mother fluffer. The enchanted Bono Gem. I thought I heard something over here earlier, and I did. Give me the Dutes. Give me the book. Give me the EMF. Ooh, the glow looks cool. Is the ghost juggling? What the hell is going on? Orbical. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Nothing. What are you doing over there? Wait, give me this. Was it this? Like, oh my. It touched a tent flap, but I don't know which one. I got nothing. I got nothing. Grammy! Thank you for the 36 months, Mr. Grammy. How are you, sir? How's the streams been? Grammy, Grammy, Grammy. Yeah, look at this. Got breath over here. Got all that over here. It's not walking in the salt. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, what's up, Diablo? Ghosty likes to wander just a little bit. Does a yokai have 4 spirit box? No. Nope. A Dio and a Moroi have 4 spirit box. Where did my orb go? Where's my orbical? Did you test salt? That's literally what that is right there, is a pile of salt. I just don't see where the orb is now. The Dio growl? Yeah, doing good. Sleepy, working. Yeah, I got my Guaffy too. I got it right next to me. I feel ya. I've been sleeping like crap. It's kind of been my fault though. Give. Oh, okay. The ghost is walking here, and it's walking past the salt and not stepping in it. Are you sure you saw the orb? Yeah, I literally recorded it. Yeah. You suck. All right, no UV. There we go. Well, that solves that. Next question is, did I get a book down here? I did. It has not written in the book yet. Okay. It just levitate this object right next to me. Wraith, no. We have orbs. We have orbs anyway, so it's fine. The tent EMF was a teleport. No, it was not. Nope, I'm lost. That's correct. It was not a teleport. Cherry! Holy smokes. The ghost is a New Yorker. I'm walking here. Yeah, it's still there, though. All right, give me more. Give me more. Like, does he have a car? I need to check temps. I don't know what I did with my with the thermometer. Do we have Slendy? I didn't check. Oh, he's not there. Cherry, thank you for the subs. Thank you guys for the follows. No Slendy today. I'm sorry. No McSlendersons. That didn't disappear, did it? Oh, thank God. All right, more dudes. Another book. I think... Ah, there it is. I threw it over here. Hey, Kika, how are you? All right, so technically what I can do... What I could do is I could do this. I could... Hold on. I need a flat surface. You're flat. Do this. Not a mare. Go in. Actually, you know what? That might be too close. Well, let's try it. Let's see what that looks like. That might be a little bit too bright. Still dropping. Yeah, it's dropping because it's the ghost room. So, I mean, it's going to be at least below 5 degrees because I can see my breath. Cool to watch people replay the Slenderman games. Oh, man, I never really played them. I can't. It's really tough to tell. Is that 0? It's really hard to see. Oh, I can read that. Yeah, that's you guys can see that, right? Well, look, by doing this, I can actually see where the line is, though. I think. Well, wait, we're driving another one in here. Yeah, look, a comparison. Hold on, we can do a little comparison check. So you can see where 1, 2, 3 up from the bottom is 0. So 1, 2, 3. This is 0, right? Turn on night vision. The line is above the 0, so it's not freezing yet. POV bank cameras. Yeah. Thank you so much for the Prime, Vic. Yeah, so where my cursor is, if it goes below that line, we know we have freezing. But it has not. It is holding at a good solid like 3 degrees. Found footage? Yeah. But this is a way that you can check for freezing or EMF or anything from the truck without having to put yourself in danger. Sure, it could chuck the camera. It could turn the light off. It could do all kinds of stuff. Not doing it. Oh, that was weird. Oh, that was weird when it came back out of there. Ugh. All right. Well, if you're not going to give me freezing, the only thing I technically have right now is Spirit Box, but I could check for, I'm sorry. The only thing I have is orbs. I could check for Spirit Box again. It's not a Goryo, so if I get dots, I can see it in person. EMF 5, maybe? I'm going to bring a smudge just for my life and safety. Hiding behind the coolers or the barrels is not super safe. For me, hiding behind here is extremely safe. Unless the ghost sees you go in here, the odds of it pathing over to go into here is so low. The barrels, on the other hand, we call those the death barrels because I feel like the ghost likes to go back there all the time. Yeah. Cross, thank you for the 11 months. Is there a curse? Yeah, it's Frank. It's the voodoo doll. Start walking. When I see it walk through here. When I see it walk through here. There we go. There we go. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Where are you? Maybe it's starting to go that direction, and that's why we're not getting dots. Give me you. Is my orb still here? We had an orb. Where did it go? Is it still there? Hi. Why does the past challenge doesn't have dots? Why does the challenge not have dots? Because it's deja vu. It's like when the game first released, there were no dots. Dots did not exist in this game until later. What? Okay. The ghost is extremely stubborn. Give me you. What about writing books? Nothing? It hasn't even interacted with... I'll shut up. Okay. I'm sorry, Ghosty. I was a little impatient. You know what I've never had the ghost do that I've seen happen to other people that I'm pretty sure is a bug? Write in the book while it's in their hand. Mayor Revithe. I'm not seeing freezing. I mean, listen, I'm definitely not getting Spirit Box. Dots are freezing. Maybe it's freezing. Maybe it's just taking forever. Wish that wasn't a bug. I think that'd be super cool. Ghost just rips the book out of your hands. Watching a lot of the videos on the tube. I appreciate it, man. So the ghost isn't chill? Not really. Hand comes flying off with the book. Because if this is dots, like, really taking its sweet time showing them. My guess, based on how this ghost is acting right now, is that this is a revenant. That's my guess as of right now. But we'll see. Manda, thank you for the 16 months. I'm just below 70. Dots have taken ages. Yeah, I would agree with you on that for sure. Yeah, dots definitely do feel like they've been taking forever. There's a goo chair. Okay, we get it. You're cool. Especially Goryo. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for all the follows, guys. Welcome in. Hey, Art, how are you? Like I said, today will be a bit of a shorter stream. Want to go live for at least a little bit. Hang out with you guys. Okay, we see you. I could just make it hunt. That might be the way if it's going to be like this. Where's Frank? Frank, you're coming with. Almighty Franklin. Oh. Hunt's the best way. I like to let the ghost hunt naturally, but when they're being lame-os like this, kind of don't have a choice. All right, we have a couple smudges on us. We're good. want to know how you know this is a Thay? Outside of it possibly being a revenant, which it's obviously not, the ghost is not speeding up with line of sight. It sees me this whole time and it's not gaining speed. No, it's definitely not a Revy. Yeah. Definitely a Thay. Out of those two, for sure. Oh, I need below 25. Frank. So do you throw the smudge at it? You don't have to. It's just it's just like impulse for people to just throw the smudge at the ghost. There we go. 25. Nailed it. Let's go. Beverly, thank you for the membership. Welcome in. Awesome. Awesome. Pranked him at the fire. Yeah, he thought we were having marshmallows. Get wrecked, idiot.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Another 2,300. Let's go. Nice. 26. I like Frank's animations where he just flops around. Yeah, he's a pretty great guy. If I wanted to try to fly through this, I could just go to a custom and do that. But I wanted to do it naturally up until level 50. That was the plan. 'Twas the plan. How much time? 12? Let's go to Tangle. Yeah, we can upgrade the photo camera. Nice try, old man. That's right. Twin Feather, thank you for the sub. Welcome in. There we go. Now they're actually upgraded. Yeah, there we go. To Tangle. Equip the upgrades. Yeah, I always forget. Sometimes plans can be thrown away. Yes, they can. Judy Wilson, parabolic motion sensor 25. All right. Let's see if we can get those fast. The 25, I don't know about all that jazz. But we can maybe get the other two if we can find the ghost quickly. Is it a new account? It's my alt account. Yeah, I'm doing an alt account during double XP just to see how many levels we can get, because why not? Emery, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Hello, friend. Is that next to me? Was that a picture frame in the hallway? I don't know where I heard that. It was literally right here. Good, no deaths for me. Almost have all the ghosts discovered. Yes, let's go. The mirror was blinding. Yeah, did you see the light that was around me here? The ghost hasn't walked through this, though, which is a little concerning. I could do another. Was that over there? Well, I'm glad you had no deaths, friend. That's the best. It's like my kids trying to talk to me from across the house. I'm like, what? Maybe it's here. Feel that every day. Oh, it's in master. Oh, got it. Okay. Is Phaz easier to play on the PC? I don't know. I assume so, but I've never played on console, so I can't be a good judge of that. All right, it's almost within hunting range. Good. Motion sensor 25. We'll get the motion because I'll move that back. 25 we can force with the mirror. I'm going to grab double smudge, and I'm also going to grab You know what? Grab a crucifix. There we go. Not a mare. No. No TV for you. I hate this channel. I kind of just want to make it hunt. At this point, ew, it's a child. We haven't seen the ghost yet. What do you mean? It turned out to be a mare, but it turned on the breaker for me. Is that normal for a mare? The mare has nothing to do with the breaker. Yeah, the mare can turn on, turn off the breaker. No problem. Okay. My sanity is like 20. Solo run, yeah. Every time you peek in that mirror, you lose 20 sanity at least. Got your 4th prestige, nice. Like, I was hoping it would just hunt naturally. I could just do a cursed hunt if I have to, I guess. Is there a ghost that can light candles? All of them. Except for the Onryo, who just lit and blew out a candle, so it's not an Onryo. Why'd you put the cruci in there? I was going to go sit in that room, but I decided to come over here instead. Do mimic orbs count for the video camera? Yeah, it should. Yeah. Now you feel like twins. Unless you're roaming into the hallway. The fact that this ghost is not hunting is crazy. That's normal speed, dude. That is a normal speed ghost. That is not a twin. It did just try to murder me with a plate, though. Okay, so no to the yokai. The blinks look pretty normal. Okay, I'm gonna have it hunt one more time and then we'll smudge it. Almost took your head off. I know. She's a crazy. Give. My favorite ghost is a mimic. Tips for looping the ghost, really bad at it? Well, my question for you would be, why do you need to loop the ghost? Because understanding why you need to loop the ghost, or if you want to loop the ghost, like having a reason to do it, I think will push you to get better at it. It's not into fine china. If this is fine china, I've got to upgrade this place. Hey, Sarah. Hello. My most common ghost? It should be Araiju. Oh, most deaths twin Oni. Oh, never mind. Oh my god, it's oh no, this is my alt account. I was so confused. My main, it's different. Yeah. IKEA plates. Yep. Look at them. Walmart mainstay brand. Man, this is a lazy ghost, dude. Fine china right to the forehead. But man, this like they're durable. Like you take that guy to the forehead, that's lights out. You never get a Raiju? On my main account, I get Raijus a lot. Give me the... What goes is kill me the most? I think a Raiju. I think it's both. Okay. I'm so sick of waiting for you. So the nice thing about this kitchen island is that the ghost has no line of sight on you. So you need to listen while watching. But she doesn't technically know where I am right there. Oh, wow. Wait, what? Is this a mimic? There was no shapeshift the last round. Or the last hunt. There was no shapeshift. So, EMF ultraviolet orbs. Okay, so spirit box. Shut up. I need a spirit box. It might have happened very early in the hunt. Yeah, but I watched her for so long that I would have caught the next shapeshift. There's no way I would have missed that, right? Give me one of those, one of those, one of those. Okay. If it was mimicking it. No, well, okay, that's true. Because it could have mimicked a twin and then changed what it was before the hunt. Again. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Wow, dude. How? We watched it for so long. You're telling me this is just straight up an Obake? What? 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 I mean, we could get the evidence for it technically, I guess. EMF ultraviolet orbs. We could check for, oh yeah, we could check for the Obake print too. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, what'd I say? I said EMF ultraviolet. Yeah, so EMF ultraviolet orbs go inside. Yeah. 6%. Wow. Wow. I mean, unless it shapeshifted when it like walked around the corner, then it came back as the same ghost, right? Which is totally possible. All right, she's going to start hunting again soon. Unless she eats that crucifix, which is totally fine. Bone? Uh-oh. I don't know where the orb is. I don't know where the orb is. Will the ghost prioritize a player it has line of sight on over the source of noise electronic gear that's closest? I think the way that works is if it's like... Depends on which first. Did it sense the player first or did it see a player down there first, you know? You bitch. Hi, Maddie Pooh. Go ahead. Eat the crucifix. Eat it. Yeah, so like example, let's say that there's a player to the right around the corner, but there's a player over there that makes a noise. It's going to path to the noise if it hears that first before it has line of sight. And even though it could turn and see that player and it hasn't seen that one yet, it would still go for that one because it's still on its path. Thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. Bro, this ghost is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're going into enemy territory. Oh my God, it's hiding over here. Found it. There we go. Bought myself 90 seconds. I dig it. Nice. Minute. All right, let's go in here. Who makes a poopy in the sink? Makes me sick. Ghost? You're killing me, Smalls. It's not touching any more doors. Except for this one. Goo! Hey, that's mine! Jerk? There's our EMF 5. There you go. So there's your guarantee that it's an Obake. I know, ads played right in the middle of that too. That's unfortunate. So we had orbs, we had EMF 5, we saw shapeshift, we know it's an Obake. Yep. Yep. There it is. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say this in chat. So they see it 100% Obake. There we go. That way they see it. They didn't miss anything. We got our objectives, we got our ghosty, that's all we're trying to do. Good thing mimics can't mimic evidence. If they could mimic evidence, I think that would make that ghost trash.
Welcome back.
Thank God they can't mimic evidence.
Ready for you.
Look at that. Dots, video, thermo. Let's go. Cosmetic advancement for prestige. Nothing too important. Oh, prestiging? Yeah. Maybe one day they'll give us something better for prestiging, but as of now, nope. Yeah, the thermo's a massive upgrade. Oh my God. I remember when the tier 1 thermo used to be OP. It was so good. I need to rest your head. You're good, Subaru. No worries. No worries. All right, we got a minute. I miss it, man. The tier 1 thermo, the way it works now, just doesn't make sense. A mercury thermometer that is that random, that doesn't exist. Mercury thermometers are really accurate. Just make it really slow. It goes up and down. Yeah, it goes up and down. It fluctuates up and down, up and down, up and down. Places don't do that. Just got the animated badge. Nice. How long stream today? Not very long. No, today was definitely going to be a shorter one for sure. Best way to level up right now? Just play the game. It's double XP. Yeah, you just play the game naturally the way you would. It's double XP. You're going to be leveling up. Yep. Lego, check the pin message in chat, friend. Or do exclamation point drops. Yeah. Hypnotic, welcome. Yeah, the lobby's cool, isn't it? Isn't it pretty freaking rad? Pretty freaking rad. There she is. There we go. We're back. There we go. NZ, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you, dude. What mode? Well, it depends on what mode you can do quickly, because I could very easily tell you Apocalypse 3 is going to earn you the most money in XP. So it's whatever game mode that you can do fast at a high difficulty. So if you're really, really good at doing no evidence, no sanity runs, do those and just push them until the XP is even more. Yeah. Glitter, hello. Thank you guys for the follows. Do you get double X? Do you get double for the challenge? You certainly do. I went from level 1 to 16 yesterday in the challenge. Yeah, you certainly do. Do you have access to custom difficulty? So technically speaking, I do have access to it right now, but I don't want to use it because if I was not prestige, I wouldn't have access to customs. No evidence, no sanity, no hiding, no grace. Okay, Tater. Tater can close his eyes and play those now. I'm gonna do a comment on one of his TikToks to make him have to do that challenge. Made like 10K, yeah. Got you tripping. Oh, the music. Yeah. Could do no evidence actually, but can't tell the difference between ghost speed except for the Revenant. Well, if you can't tell the difference between the ghost speed, but you can do, well, I mean, then that makes it questionable if you can do no evidence, right? Because if you can't tell the difference between the ghost and their ghost speed, can you do no evidence? Got the badge last night. Nice. Blindfolded Faz. Yeah, we're going to get him to do it. Yeah, that's our goal. I'm doing good, Mr. Maddie. Yes, sir. Absolutely, we do. All right, we're not gonna. I might do like one or two more. Maybe I'll do like a really fast run as like Willers. Why am I Prestige 1? I'm using an alt account so that we can level this up during double XP because I don't care about trying to level up my other account that much. Yeah. Needing to recognize speed is one of the elements of no evidence. Correct. Yeah. You sacrifice your friend and you watch the ghost speed with when he's fast. But if you sacrifice your friend, you don't get to watch the... You sacrifice your friend to do no evidence. Interesting. I guess that's one way of doing it. Level up fast. Yeah. 27. Yeah. Let's go to Wheelers. Let's go to Wheelers. Hey, Summer. Good to see you. Thank you for all the follows, guys. Recognizing the subtle difference. Right. For twins, the 10% plus or minus. If you can't do that, you're like, that's like saying, well, I can do APOC 3 every single time. I just can't, recognize what the ghost looks like, what it is, how it acts, speed, the blinks, all that stuff. Yeah. So that really doesn't make sense. My biggest advice for somebody trying to get into no evidence is make sure that you're comfortable playing Nightmare. If you're comfortable playing Nightmare to the point where you can completely narrow down what ghost it is, all the way down to 1 based on how it's acting, what it does, then I think it's a really good way to go. If you want to go from pro to Nightmare, a really good thing that you can do is you can just do pro, but only get 2 pieces of evidence and stop looking for the third. Get 2 pieces of evidence and try to figure out what the ghost is. And then you could verify what ghost it is by getting the 3rd piece of evidence. So you're guaranteed 3, but just get 2. And then look for the 3rd. If you want to. Or just go with 2 and then see if you got it right. Right? Yeah. Usually do nightmares. Yeah, there you go. Comfy Professional. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Lucy. Motion sensor. Incense. Parabolic. Okay. Hey, Ty. Hey, how are you? Playing with Doc again soon? Lord knows. Whenever Doc and I play, it's always very random. Learn how to do Nightmare. Watch me and Tater. I love it. I love Nightmare because I enjoy getting evidence, but I like challenging myself. Nice. The juice is loose. Oh, we can't ask about pineapples. How to get better at getting ghost photos during the hunts. I just wouldn't get photos during the hunts. Honestly, there's no way to get better because unless you memorize the blinking patterns and then you're able to react to those blinking patterns in the middle of the hunt, it's not going to get better. The best thing, Boner, the best thing that you can do is get a photo during an event. I love Willow. It's my favorite. Biggest issue I have progressing at the moment is not very good at solo, and I only have one friend who plays Phas. Just try, you could try the Phas server. You could try mine. There's communities that have like looking for group channels where you can play with other people. Yeah, if you really, really, really want to play with other people, that'd be my suggestion. Cherry, thank you for the biddies, homie. Oh my God. Is this a basement ghost? Oh, this is a circle. I heard you. Was the paintbrush in the other room? Or was that upstairs in the garage? Why did that sound like that was down here? What? I hate this circle too. Yeah, it's not my fave. There's a paintbrush like over here somewhere, but it's not moved. What the hell? Hold on. Hold on. It is in the basement. Oh my God, the EMF is still left. Never mind. I just heard it touch a door down here. That's a fully shut door. That's interesting. I see my breath in the hallway. Oh no. It's a hallway ghost. Had a ghost in the basement, but it sounded like it was in the garage. Yeah, there's some things happening right now in this game that are a little bit on the wonky side. I refuse to use the circle unless I have a tier 3 cruci. Fair. Yeah, I think over half of the time I use the cruci, the circle, it fails, as in like the ghost starts hunting before I finish lighting it. It's just, the timing sucks. All right, well, we've lost some sanity for sure. I don't want it to hunt me just yet. What if we pretend it's a Ure? I'm gonna get orbs, freezing, and dots. Okay, I'll go with that. Sure. Your least favorite object is the music box. No, that's my favorite. Hey, Scarlett, how are you? Play Tangle and the ghost spawned behind the door in laundry. Oh, it spawned behind the door? That sucks. Didn't the tier 3 cruci used to have 3 uses? No. Not that I'm aware of. If I remember correctly, it's only ever had 2. Hey, look, an orb. Looky, looky. We got hooky. Team Monkey Paw? Hey, Monkey Paw is great. It has a lot of uses. Do the dots right there. Just do the dots. Oh, you literally just did the dots. Get out of here. Get out of here. Is this a Ure? Orbs. Dots. I just need freezing. Okay. And it's a child. Gross. And it's a child. Gross. Bandit, thank you for the sub. Welcome back. Or welcome in. Thank you for the pride. So much better at taking ghost photos after gold apocalypse attempts. Yeah, practice. Might not make perfect, but it'll make good enough, right? All right, you're going to do a Ure slam. A Ure slam. You seem to be having a lot of perfect timing moments today, sir. Listen. 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 Just from one door. Well, I don't know. It's just, I'm always curious with things like that. Like when a ghost breaks a light for the first thing that it does for an event, you're sus of a mare, right? It might not be one, but it's not a bad idea to be leaning towards that. Yeah. You like the tier 1 video camera? Look at that little a-hole. You know what? We're going to record it. Watch this. Oh, you're a race lamb. Walk to my camera in 3, 2, 1. Oh, the orb showed up. Got an APOC 3 done with a Moroi. Nice. Yeah, the trophies are tough. But I'm glad that they are. If they were easy, that would suck. I think everyone, basically a participation trophy would be stupid, in my opinion. That's some of the achievements. Some of the achievements are participation trophies. Spend $1. Woo. What did I just record? Oh, object thrown. Did they remove the flickering light video? I don't think so. All right, parabolic and a motion sensor. Let's get those. Parabolic, motion sensor. The green light vision's a vibe. You know, that's why I like using a video camera in the tier 2 headlamp, because it just feels very immersive. What times do I usually stream? Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 and Sunday at 1. Today is just special circumstance, but I do update my server, the channel in my Discord, with any times that I'm adding to stream. Oh, what the? Excuse me. Boo ball caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. Just saying. You son of a bitch. Oh, is that upstairs? Oh, it's upstairs. That's right. God dang it. Wednesdays are typically variety, unless there's things happening like this, where it's like drops and things are happening. Then I'll probably do more Phas. Halogen, what up, homie? Here we go. Oh, you stream while you sleep. Oh no. Is there a way to rule out a yokai with 2 evidence without a hunt? To rule it out without a hunt? Well, a yokai tries to hunt you. Hey, how are you? Tries to hunt if it hears you talking and is below 80 sanity, right? So that way, it obviously has to try to hunt. And then testing the yokai with distance has to be, they're both related to hunts. Yeah. Doing good. Let's go. Alex, thank you for getting merch. Yeah, they're all related to a hunt. Unfortunately, you can't take it away. The only thing you can do is get rid of the other ghosts that maybe you're left with. Yeah, unless you can rule out the other ghosts. Yeah. You want to touch a door again? Hmm? It's not funny. Ever played? No, I have not. Still better than a Jin? Yeah. Thank you for the follows. She thought so? Oh, I can check for freezing. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. It's freezing. It's a Yurei. Hey, do your ability, stupid. Yurei door slam. Go. And go. Many interactions that normally wouldn't happen in a real game. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done a friendly ghost run. First time I tried the music box, it was a wraith that killed me instantly. It took me while I wait. It took me while till I tried to. Oh, it took you a while till you tried again. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I know. I predict Yurei at the start, and then it's like, I'm done. No abilities from me. Sorry. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna leave now. Maybe you'll wait till I'm in the truck. Here, let's make sure we can see both the doors. There we go. All right. Miss you. Bye. Love you. Remember seeing you do it only once or so. The friendly ghost runs. Yeah, I think I did it here, if I remember correctly. Oh, wait, I didn't smudge. Son of a bitch. Going back. Don't lie to it? What do you mean? I didn't lie. Hey, Tomo, let's go. It turned this again. It turned that again. Did you? That's what that EMF is. EMFer. Get cleansed on, nerd. Oh, you told it you would miss it. Well, maybe. You know, I might. You don't know. It's using all of its abilities on the mannequin. At least the one I saw you. Oh, Edgefield. Door still open? Yep. All right. Let's do that Yurei ability. Come on. Break is projecting. Yeah, facts. I don't know what I'm going to eat for lunch. Actually, yes, I do. Never mind. We made Chipotle bowls yesterday. I have leftovers. I hope they bring the spookier mannequins over. Oh, when they make the new maps? I hope so too. That'd be super cool. I guess one ability is enough. Share, please. Sorry. Can't do it. Not allowed. Preferably the edible door moved. It just opened it again. You didn't try. We have one ability to use. This ghost sucks. All right. Maybe it'll do it while we're leaving. No, it's a loser. Frickin' Ure. Used to be the bane of my existence. They got better over time, but then they somehow got worse. Because now all the ghosts have this really awesome door slam that's super aggressive. And the ghost's Ure ability is like, it's really lame and just light touched. Yeah. Super weird. How many abilities? Oh, crazy. I never would have guessed it. Can they leave that spooky mannequin noise? Oh, and Grafton though? Yeah, I hope so. Lurkin, I appreciate you, Cozy. All right. Like I said, today was going to be a shorter one. I would normally go longer, but just wanted to get a short stream in. I'm going to get back to work and do some stuffs and some things. I got some editing to do. Yeah. The ghosts would do anything but use their ability. I know, right? Right? Yeah. But let's go find someone to say hi to. If you guys are trying to earn drops, I'm going to take you somewhere to continue earning drops. Okay? Yeah. What is this Tuesday date time nonsense? Hi, Mr. Chinggis. YouTubes, thank you, friends. We're going to go raid and say hi. I got to eat lunch, get back to work, do the things. I got a haircut today. Got to trim the hat a little bit. We got stuff and things happening, man. Thank you, Mr. Chinggis. How's your day going? Yeah, of course. I'm glad that we were able to do an extra stream. I need to decide if I want to do anything special for tomorrow's. You have hair? Yeah. Or just keep leveling up and just see if we can get to customs and then start like attacking that. Because it's going to take a minute. I mean, once we get to Nightmare, we'll start earning XP a little bit faster. Yeah. Need my hat trimmed as well. Yeah. Day's chaos. Just taking a moment to relax. That's fair. Absolutely fair, sir. All right. Don't forget to attach the ear prosthetics. I won't. I promise. I was confused. I was like, why is my wife messaging me? Oh, okay. I'm excited. It's our anniversary. So for a mini celebration for the actual anniversary day, we're just going to go to dinner. But then but then our vacation, we're considering our anniversary celebration. So we leave for vacation in 2 days. 2 days. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I will let Mrs. Flash know. She will be so excited. She'll say she'll probably out loud at dinner say thank you, chat. She's pretty funny. Thank you, guys. All right. Let's go find someone. I need to get better sleep. I've been having crap sleep. And Curcio, thank you for the prime. Thank you, friend. Yes. So I have tomorrow's stream, which is obviously going to be Phas and drops. And then after tomorrow's stream, I'm not going to be back until Wednesday next week. I'll be on vacation from Thursday up until then. So I'll be back on the following Wednesday. I'm going to open up the channel inside of Discord so you guys can vote on Disney princesses that I'm supposed to dress up as. Blondie, thank you for the biddies. Oh my God. Thank you, Crow. Sleep better. I know. It's a me problem, man. Yeah. Was vacuuming, heard across the room. Oh, thank you, friend. I appreciate it. Yeah. The kids. So for those that are unaware, my children have no idea that we're going to go stay at Disney World. They have no idea. We've been holding it secret for a year. Slept like crap last night. I stay up late working on stuff, man. Yeah. Yeah, Jay, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, a year. They've had no idea. They think that we're probably going to go visit for like a day. They have no idea. Do they know? They know that we're going to Florida. They know that we are going to be probably going to Disney for a day. This was our justification for this. So rather than just doing a full-blown surprise, because like we know that we want to pack Disney related objects and things, we said we could probably be a little bit more in their face about it if we're like, hey, what if we try to go there for a day? So maybe what we'll do is like spin a wheel and then whatever it lands on, that's the park we'll go to that day. So they're talking about like, well, if we go to this one, they have no clue we're going to all of them. No idea. Have fun. Oh, it's going to be awesome, man. I'm excited. Yeah. So they think that we're going for just a little bit. We're going to tell them at the airport that we are going to be there for basically a week. You're going to go to all the parks? Yeah. I haven't been to Animal Kingdom in years. And I've probably been there maybe twice in my life. Went last February. Nice. Hey, Jesse, I hope you get the 1,000,000% always. Always. If there's one thing I'm really good at, I've been to Disney a few times. I'm not like, I think we're like closet Disney adults because we want to go to Disney all the time, but we don't. So we just pretend and think about it. I'm really good at lightning lanes. I'm really good at being on it when it comes to getting everything I want and not having to wait in line. But if anybody ever asked, are lightning lanes worth it? 1,000,000%. Magic Kingdom, yes. Epcot, in my opinion, yes. Hollywood Studios, yes. Animal Kingdom, I'd say probably not. I don't think there's enough there to justify getting lightning lane unless you really, really hate waiting. I'm 1,000% a Disney adult. I can go to Disney World with no map. Okay, I don't know if I could do that. There's a lot I don't know, but I've been doing a lot of research. We might, maybe, possibly, almost every dinner have the Disney home screen on. The WDW, I forget whatever YouTube. We might have that open every dinner-ish. Expedition Everest. That's a ride. That's a ride. You could rope drop that, or you could rope drop WDW today. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, Irish. Yes. How much longer are we streaming for? Not long. I'm going to take you guys into another fast stream so you can keep earning drops. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, I love it. I love it so much. It's great. It's fantastic. The time is right for me because it's on the East Coast, but the weather's obviously not. Yeah. Ready you got here? Yeah, sorry. That channel's awesome. Single rider for Expedition Everest. Ooh, I didn't know it had single rider. Okay. Can I DM you a question? Of course. Is Mrs. No, we're going to have Mrs. Flash play when I come back from vacation. Yeah. And don't drink the Orlando water. No, just get filtered water. It's fine. Just get filtered water. Listen, I have been like back and forth 1,000,000 times over about what I want to bring, like pack with me, because I have 3 kids. So it's like, I want to be prepared. I basically am taking over the role of my wife because she's the one that like over plans everything for good reason though. Like it's in a great way. She does that. She's been taking kind of a back seat while I've been planning everything or trying to. So like, I don't know. I'm definitely not bringing a massive backpack though. Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios are the hottest, especially Toy Story Land. Be prepared. Oh yeah. We've rope dropped the Toy Story Land before. Mm-hmm. We drink water flavor. We bring water flavor. Oh yeah. Oh, we do that. The liquid IV. Oh yeah. It's like the raspberry. It's like lemonade, raspberry lemonade or something like that. Delish. It's so good. Small hand fans. I got one. Small hand fan. I've got the cooling towels. Got them. Water bottles. Bringing it. Each of us are gonna have a larger one so the kids can also share, or we can just stop at quick service and get drinks there too. Plenty of indoor things to do. If we're going down Main Street, we can just walk through the air-conditioned buildings instead of walking down Main. I've been thinking about it. I'm prepared. Listen, blister prevention pads, ponchos, one small umbrella. Like I've been thinking. Get those camo. I know I'm probably going to have a sling backpack so it's not as big of a backpack so it's easier. Yeah. I figure the smaller the backpack that I have, the less I will try to pack for the park. Can you wish me luck? I have a school rugby game. I hope you guys get beat. No, I hope that you guys kick ass. You're going to do the press penny? I'd never do that. I have never done the press penny stuff ever. Sunscreen and water. Oh yeah. 1,000,000%. Ziploc bags to pack the snacks. You know what? Somebody did recommend that. I did see that. Yeah. But trust me, we're going to have enough food. Listen, most of the time when we travel to eat. So like when we say we travel to eat, like we travel so that we can try food. It's really, the location is just a perk. Really, we're there for food. Don't forget to bring the kids. Whatever. No, they're going to be super excited, obviously. But yeah, I might be a little more excited than they are. Make sure to eat in Pandora for, you know what? We don't have plans as of right now for Animal Kingdom where to eat. I did hear about one spot in Animal Kingdom that's like badass. Satuli, is that the one in Animal Kingdom? I think that's the one that I've heard. Yeah. Sarah, welcome in. Hello. Remember to have fun. Whoa, trust. Oh, we will. Oh, we will. There's plenty of things that I'm like in my head are must-haves. Pandora, I like it better than even the fine dining option. Ooh, okay. We do not have lunch plans for that day. Lion King show is the best show. Don't skip. See, I'm excited to take. I remember seeing that as a kid. I went to Disney World the first time in my life when I was 10 years old. I went there. My parents, we were able to do like a bougier style one because my dad got some free vacation for work. I don't, whatever. It's just, he was able to take us for free. So we were able to do some like bougier style things, but we were able to go to all the parks. We were able to stay there for a week. I remember going to the Lion King show at Animal Kingdom. I remember that so vividly. I was at Disney World during the 25th anniversary. Do the safari in the morning. The animals are more lively. I've read that too. See, all this stuff I've read up on. Yeah. Bumba and Animal Kingdom Lodge is amazing. I don't know if we're going to get around to all of the different resorts, though. That I'm not sure of. But yeah, we're going to do as much as we can. I mean, our goal for the most part is to milk each day for everything that it has as much as we can. My wife's favorite ride in all of Disney is the Carousel of Progress, if that gives you any hint of what she's like. When you were 9, Make-A-Wish Foundation sent you. Oh, that's so awesome. You got fat. I have lightning lanes 1,000,000%. Great taste. Yeah. I saw that they're going to be, they're going to be adding to that. Did you guys see that they're adding Walt to that? I got her for Mother's Day, a little, custom made like block for her desk that says it's a great big beautiful tomorrow. Yeah. People mover 1,000,000%. My wife said that she's never been on it and we'd never think about it. When we're there, we are 100% going on. I have a effing shirt that says that has the people mover on it. Yes, the Walt animatronic that it's going to start with. Yeah. Yep. The dinosaur ride is supposed to be blocked off and gone. No, the dinosaur stuff does not go away till February. No, so we're going to go. We're going to go when we go there this year. Well, like, you know, this week. It's not gone. Paging Mr. Morrow, dude, that's what my shirt says. Yeah, there's a really cool shirt company called Lost Bros, and they make really awesome Disney shirts. I love them. Yeah, February is whenever the dinosaur stuff is going away. February 2nd, yeah. Lost Bros. Yeah, the awesome shirts. They fit great, feel great. They were super great with customer service. I had one shirt come to me and the neck was really loose. So I had said something to them. They're like, hey, if you can just ship it back, we'll ship you a new one. So yeah, super easy. Supposed to be OG, go down back when they blocked off part of Disneyland USA. I've never been to Disneyland. You have a Carousel of Progress sign on the wall behind your desk. It's just, you know, listen, I have every animated Disney VHS clamshell that exists. I think I have all of them. I might be missing one or two. I need like an actual finalized list, but I'm in my midlife crisis, like physical media thing. I think that's why this CRT is in here. But like my kids will ask to play N64. They will ask to watch Mary Poppins on VHS. Like they will ask to do those things in the other room down here. It pleases my heart instead of like, I'm going to go watch YouTube, you know? Rest in peace to Riverboat. Yeah. Yeah. No, zero. I've never been. I've only been to California a couple times in my life. Yeah. They finally took out the play area then. Been a hot minute since the kids picked Animal Kingdom. So it's been a few months. Gotcha. Yeah, I remember when I went when I was 10 and the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground stuff was there. I'm from the East Coast. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was your favorite movie? Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I don't know if I know what that is. Or to DCA during the 60s celebration, still recovering. I have been to Italy. Yeah, I've worked in Italy. I've filmed there before. Have you seen the old Tower of Terror movie with Kirsten Dunst? Have I? I don't know if I have. That was the best, dude. There's a photo of me somewhere on that playground. There's a photo of me somewhere. I need to ask my sister where it is. N64 wasn't in my generation, but I love playing Pokemon Puzzle League on it. Might be old, but it's peak. My kid was asking to play Pokemon Snap. Bed knobs and broomsticks? No, I don't know if I do. Listen, I didn't watch a lot of Disney growing up. Oh, maybe I do. Okay, this does look familiar. Okay, never mind. I do remember this. Classic, yeah. Hey, Minnie, how are you? Sorry, we're just having a massive Disney talk. Don't mind us. When I was 4 or 5, still traumatized from the Jaws ride. Universal stuff? Yeah. Never been. Will you adopt me? It's pretty amazing. It's a pretty amazing experience. You don't have to go balls to the wall like staying at the priciest resorts and all that stuff. You can do it on a budget and still get it done. It's just convincing yourself not to spend. I think Ryan Trahan said it best. He's like, yeah, you don't go to Disney to save money. You really don't. Yeah. Universal's personally better. We're waiting on Universal till our kids are old enough and give a shit about roller coasters. They just, my oldest son likes them, but my other two don't. So we're being careful. You just play Mario Kart N64? Yes, I have it. I play that. I just played Mario Kart 64 with the kiddos the other day. Like staying at Pop Century to use the Skyliner. There you go. Yeah, when I was 10, we stayed at the Polynesian. So that was my first experience at Disney, was staying at the Polynesian. Yeah. Stay at the Pop Century, the art animation, and then you have the Skyliner access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. It's so nice, yeah. The giant turkey legs. Yep, need to bring the toothpicks. The Polynesian is beautiful. The last time that we went to Disney, we went to the Polynesian just to go to use the pool. That was so nice. So nice. Got motion sickness. Oh, that was my first and only Polynesian. Yep. It's so expensive. It is. Yeah. One of the best things you can do is go to Disney, stay super cheap, and then use the bounce back offer to try to stay there the following year. Yeah. Once the kiddos are older and enjoy the rides, Universal will be fun. Right. Oh, I can't wait for them to see that stuff. I've never been there. Yeah. I love the Ohana breakfast at Polynesian. The Aloha. I was about to say the Ohana. Do you mean the there's the Aloha, there's the oh my God, what are the noodles? Aren't there teriyaki noodles that are like super famous at Polynesian? I think it's the teriyaki noodles. I think. Did I hear you say last night that today's your anniversary? It is. Yeah. Today's our anniversary. When they built the Contemporary, they pre-built the rooms. I saw that. Yeah, they lifted the rooms and actually placed them in. Yeah, I saw that. I only go there breakfast mostly, so I don't know. The one of the dining, it's not the best food in the world, but there's just something about it that's just so nice. One of our favorite places to eat is the Sci-Fi Drive-In. That's one of our favorite places to eat. It's because of the vibe. We just love it. We love it. My wife was born in the wrong era. Trattoria Al Forno has amazing coffee and breakfast along the boardwalk. Ooh, okay. If you go to, I think we want to go to Disney Springs. We do want to go there because we have time. We have time when we get in. Raglan Road. Okay. I'll have to remember that. Best place to watch the fireworks show from Fantasyland by the Rapunzel bathroom picnic area. Interesting. Okay. Favorite dining spots, the 50s place. Oh, the one where each table is like it's an old 50s kitchen. We were going to go there a couple years ago. We changed our minds at the last second. Completely outdoor to get from one store to another and not a ton of shade. Wait, what? Oh, are you talking about the place at the boardwalk? Disney Springs. Okay, I gotcha. Understood. Yeah. The last time that we stayed at Disney, we stayed at the Contemporary. It was pretty awesome. I know a lot of people complain about it because they're just like, oh, it's so outdated. I could give a shit. I thought it was great. Pineapple teriyaki glaze, yakisoba noodles. Oh, that sounds so nice. That sounds so good. Man, we really do just travel to eat. That's literally it. We just travel for food. Midday Flash, I know. Now I'm hungry too, man. Yeah, I know. Listen, there is a plethora of things that are like just on our mind of what are we going there to do? Alcoholic Dole Whips. When do we want it? Now. Family goes to Disney, do a rental home nowadays because we bring our dogs. Oh, that's cool. See, that's a pretty cool idea. Hadn't been in like 15 years. Stayed at the Pop Century. It was great. I stayed for like a day or two at the sports one because it was just super cheap and we were filming something there for a couple. We were doing like an engagement thing there. So I stayed at the boardwalk and then I also stayed at the sports. The Dole Whip. So I don't know if you were here for this or not, Bella, some time ago. On Mother's Day, I made a Disney day for my wife. I made a Disney day. So when she woke up, I made her a custom home screen that said Happy Mother's Day on our TV that played Disney music in the background. And then when she came downstairs, I had Mickey waffles, eggs, bacon, like all the noise, you name it. Then when I say Mickey waffles, I mean actual Mickey waffles. I mean, like I have a Mickey iron, like waffle iron, and I have the mix that they use in the park. And I knew exactly what to do. So I made that for breakfast. And then for lunch, I made, I turned our living room, our living room into the sci-fi diner. So I completely blacked out all the windows. I put the actual sci-fi movie that they play on the screen on our TV. I put the table in there. I put a couple desk lamps and lava lamps. I remade the food. I made the burgers and the way that they make it and then for dessert, I made homemade Dole Whips. For dinner, what did I do for dinner? I don't remember what I did for dinner, but I remember, you know what? No, it was chill. That's what it was. I was like, I wanted the dinner time to be more relaxed. We could just eat whatever she wants. And then after we had dinner and it was nighttime and it was, I played the fireworks on our TV and I had lights put around the TV so they would react to the fireworks. So whenever the fireworks were going off, the lights were blasting behind the TV too. Yeah. It was pretty awesome. That was a good one. Yeah. Usually we are very chill. Usually it's just hey, happy day to you. Happy day to you. And it's just we stay as chill as can be. But this year, I don't know. This year I just wanted to do something different. Yeah, unfortunately I'm setting the standard for myself because next year if I go really simple, I feel like I look like an asshole. Yeah. I want to try to make beignet. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll see. Thanks for all the follows, guys. I appreciate it. I know we kind of got deep into the Disney talk, but it happens. If this doesn't happen next Mother's Day, I don't want it. Yeah, I found the waffle. I think one of my best finds was that Mickey waffle iron. I've used that so many times. It's great. I love it. It's amazing you still do things for your wife. Of course I do. I love Disney, so I don't mind talking. We're talking shop. We're talking shop. Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, you guys do get to choose what Disney princess I dress up as. So there's that. Yeah. I don't know if the ghosts are going to be as fond of me as they were as Baron when he dressed up. Used to work at Magic Kingdom. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty awesome. You know, my kids, one thing that they want to do while we're there is, another thing that I did, which I think it's more just I'm on a nostalgia kick, is I'm not into pin trading because I don't go and I'm not going to I don't know if I want to get into that or not, but I have purchased pins to represent each time we've been to Disney. And I want to get photos printed where I can put them with the pins in a book. So I have found pins for each year that we've ever been to Disney. And I've even found a pin from 1996 when I went as a kid. Even though pin trading wasn't a thing, but pins did exist. So I want to get photos to put with each of them inside of this book that I found. Most pins on the boards are fake. See, that's what I'm saying. I would not be able to tell the difference. I would not be able to tell the difference between fake or real. If anything, it's more just for nostalgia and thinking that it's real than knowing that it's real. I know there's ways you can figure out to know, well, if this looks off, if that's like that, that's too much for me, man. Too much. I have the first pins that they started pin trading with. That's cool. I can't do that. Now my kids, but thinking of that though, my kids, my son found out about the pin stuff and about the pin boards. And I think he just likes the idea of a souvenir from the park. So he wants to bring a pin. He found a really cheap one online that he could trade with in the park and then trade and get one from the park and know like, hey, I got this from Disney. I was like, 1,000,000%. That sounds like a great idea. I don't have a Mickey waffle maker, but I do have the Grinch waffle maker. Do I have, hold on. Is it down here? I keep it downstairs because we don't have room in the kitchen. But yeah, this is it. I keep it down in the basement. Look, this is it. This guy. It's great. I love it. The double, you can make them so fast. Oh, it's so good. I love that thing, man. Oh, it's so great. Got it for Mother's Day. Been using it ever since. Just got the drop. Nice. Have a Pokeball waffle maker, but we don't use it very often. Oh, this one I do. Yeah, the mix that you make the waffles with is so amazing. There's a really fun Disney Jeopardy YouTube show I watch. I think you'd like, from Inside the Magic. Covers a lot of info about the park's history, media. Interesting. Inside the Magic? Okay, hold on. I like to make notes of things I need to look up. Inside the Magic. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Oh, not much long. Takara, no. We're going to go find somebody in a second. We got wrapped up. We got wrapped up talking about stuff. Inside the Magic. You said Jeopardy? Okay. I will look this up. I will look it up for sure. You have a Kirby pancake pan? Do we all just have different shaped pans? Love history. It's really cool. We've seen a lot of the videos about the history, and a lot of it is really, really cool. Yeah, there was some video I remember watching about the Space Mountain animatronic that's stuck forever inside of that one, I forget what it's called. Oh man, the control center or something like that. An animatronic that's like lost forever. You have Star Wars waffle makers, see? You have a pan-shaped pan? You don't have to brag about it, okay? Going to Disney in November. I'm going to the Christmas party. That's awesome. I have been now. I mean, we're not doing the Halloween stuff this year. We did it 2 years ago, my wife and I. Or last year, whatever it was. But this year we're not. We're just doing the Magic Kingdom on a normal day. I love the videos that tell you the different stories behind the haunted mansions at each park. That was pretty cool. I saw the one where they talked about the revamp that they did of the Tower of Terror in Disneyland too. That was cool to see them turn it into the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. That was kind of cool. Heard Halloween and Christmas are so nice, but I die on the inside thinking of the cost. Yeah. Went to the Halloween party in August and it was terrible since it was still the rainy season. I mean, September's not any better. I think when I looked at the weather, it's supposed to rain every day. But if I remember correctly, this is like classic Florida September weather where it's like, it says it's going to rain. So that means that sometime in the afternoon, it's going to downpour for 30 minutes and then it's just going to stop. If I remember correctly. Yeah. McEwen, welcome in. Love Halloween Horror Nights, but I can't go to America. Those Halloween parks are so cool. Yeah. Rainy season, Florida. Yep. If I remember correctly, that's what it's like. It's just the way it is. But it's the best time for us to go. It'll rain between 2 and 5, but it'll be okay most other times. Yep. And then you get the nice humidity the rest of the day. It dumps rain and stops. Yeah. All right. We need to go find someone to say hi to. I need to go give my hat a trim. So that's going to be coming up soon. Today was relatively cool. It's 85 degrees at the moment. That is not relatively cool. Do you think that 85 is relatively cool? I'm a sissy. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm about to forcefully put myself into 85, 90 degree weather. But it's been 95. Okay. For Florida, I guess that's cool. Yeah, that's true. Everybody for Florida? Yeah, it's fine. It's 96 right now. Get the hell out of here. Is it really? It's 90. Is it 96 in Florida? It says 86. Depends where. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Orlando is like 85, 86. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Witted, how are you? You live at 60. If any warmer, I die. 70 is really nice. When I was in college, like 60 was my jam. Our room was 60 degrees at all times. 60 degrees where I live. Nice fall day. Man, I love it. The fall weather is my jam too. 30's warm for me. I'm European. That's fair. 'Tis fair. All right. We need to raid. We need to go raid. We need to do the stuff. Maybe even the things. All right. Boda, 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 boda. Raid time. It is raid time. Raid time. Oh, there's a bean I never get to say hi to because I stream at night. Well, would you look at? No, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Listen to me jibber jabber, talk about random crap. Listen, we always have random conversations. It typically ends with food, but sometimes it goes off into other realms. Sometimes it goes into other realms. Am I late? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. One more time, guys, if you're not in my Discord server, if you want to stay up to date about what I'm doing, where I'm going, what's happening, what streams are being added, what streams are being changed, you can go there. Change it? Yeah, sure. And then the rest of the socials are there. I will definitely get some stuff posted. This week, I'll definitely have a couple of videos for sure. And then, because tomorrow, I need to decide if I want to do something different tomorrow or stick with what we're doing. Because tomorrow's going to be the last stream for a week. For a week. All right. Let us go say hi. No, we have a teammate that's live that I never get to raid ever because of timing. Guys, if you're a follower, the first one's for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. If you're a little creepy tier 3, you have your own special raid command. Guys, thank you for an amazing stream. I will be live again tomorrow. That will be the last stream for a week. For a week. Once we hit this, we get a sub-only stream. That means that subs are going to be the only ones that are allowed to talk or view that. We're not sure. We're not sure how we're going to do that yet. We're still trying to figure it out. Thank you, Mr. Grammy. No, thank you, guys. You're all amazing. I love you guys. Thank you for the amazing streams. Thank you for all the fun. I will see you guys tomorrow for more shenanigans. Peace.